welcome to another episode of Talkappella, your podcast for the a cappella community. I'm Elicia Edwards, one of your hosts, and joining me is my good friend Brian Alexander. Yes, I sort of sang your name. I don't know.
I'm okay with that. We needed some we got our intro music. Now we got our own little individual intro music. So,
Dang right. You're dang
you know,
right.
I I like it. I like it. So,
How you
nothing wrong with
doing?
that. I'm doing great, I'm feeling good. We're kicking things back off again with the whole talkapella thing. Summer has passed. We're going into the fall.
Oh, I love the fall.
I know fall is my favorite season. I
I
don't know
love the
about
fall
you,
so much. And I'm here
but
repping my
there
alma
you go.
mater.
There you
I
go.
had
The
a hat on
acapella
earlier,
rap.
but it was giving me some grief. So here's my hat. BYU
Okay.
Noteworthy was my
hmm
group, and I'm excited. I'm excited to
There
be
you
here.
go. I mean, I'm not wearing green, but this
I was gonna
is,
say maybe we should have
I,
planned this better. Maybe you should have worn
we,
green
we should
tones
have.
and
One of these days we're going to coordinate
one day.
besides,
One day. But today
normal
is not
stuff.
that day.
So, I don't know.
We
What is
have
today?
we have a very exciting episode today. I mean,
Okay.
I'm thrilled because I get to be a little savage today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's going on, Alicia?
So
What's happening?
today to our audience, we
hmm
have a really riveting segment of Baroque It Down, where we get to either revisit some old favorites or just kind of things that we have seen in the a cappella world previously.
hmm Absolutely. So I'm excited. I mean, we always get to do our little pick and choose, it ranges from videos to events to stories. So I'm curious for this blast from the past here. What are you going to talk about today with this one?
So we are going to share a link with our audience below in the video. And this is an article that Brian and I saw, oh my gosh, for the first time,
Mm,
I don't
Years
know,
ago.
several years ago. So this was
hmm
written in 2019, and it was written by a guy named Will Wamser in February of 2019. So we're looking pre-COVID. This was a long, long time ago. And
hmm
he goes on a rant about how he hates a cappella, basically. So I'm just gonna I mean, the article's pretty short. I'm just gonna read the whole thing
Oh my
with
goodness.
with my
Flashbacks.
savage remarks interjected.
Oh, bring it on. I'm ready for this. It's
I
been alluded to so many times.
Oh,
I've
I
just
love
been
this
waiting
so
for
much.
it.
Well, and last episode you probably heard Brian say that a cappella is all different. And I said, "Oh,
hmm
keep that in mind because that kind of alludes to this article that insists that all a cappella music is the same." And you will
hmm
hear my very raw reaction to that here in a minute. So,
Okay.
here we go. Disclaimer: the opinions stated in this article are solely those of the author and do not reflect the position of the Muhlenberg Weekly on a cappella. I hope I'm saying that right. But also, I have to point out first, the article title is "The Uncomfortable Truth About a cappella." 1P, 2
Mm,
L's. And then
didn't
the
even get it right.
disclaimer says Muhlenberg Weekly on a cappella, 2P's, 2 L's.
See.
Are a crappy editor. I've been advised by many not to publish this article, but I will no longer be silenced. Before getting to the meat, allow me to give some background on myself and my relationship to a cappella. I'm no stranger to a cappella. For 3 years of high school, I myself was in an a cappella group, the Crescendudes, whatever that means. And in my senior year, I co-ran it. Good for you. Two of my siblings also spent their fair share of time in a cappella groups, and I went to their performances. There was a point where I thought a cappella was cool, but that point has passed. You know, there was a point that I thought you were cool too, Will, but that passed very quickly.
Oh, guys, this is happening. This is
And
happening for
and
real.
I would like to point out that he did actually spell a cappella consistently the same in that first paragraph.
Okay, Alicia, one point of clarity. We got to give them just a little bit credit because the high school group, it is a play on crescendo.
Oh,
So
you know what? I didn't
crescendos,
catch that. So
that's all right. It's all right. That's what I'm here. We're a
crescendudes,
team.
that makes
I
more
got you.
sense. Okay,
You were
okay.
focused. You were laser
Okay,
focused. You got.
okay. We'll
Uh,
give him that.
okay.
I understand the culture on this campus. I get that I will be in the minority here, but enough is enough. I do not like a cappella, spelled with 1P and 2 L's. Here we go again. Not only do I not like a cappella, 2P's, 2 L's, I also do not understand how people can consistently be engaged and entertained by a cappella
Mm,
shows. Obviously, people here at Muhlenberg like a cappella, 1P, 2 L's. There are 6 a cappella groups, 2 P's, 2 L's on you get the idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I also do not There are 6 a cappella groups on campus, which for a campus of approximately 2,000 students, that seems excessive. I think you seem excessive. But before saying something as rash as that, we must consider what distinguishes them from each other. For the most part, what distinguishes them is the demographics of their members, like acapellas or girls next door, with the exception of Noteworthy, not the same, who only performs Broadway tunes, definitely not the same. And is it Chaimonics? I'm not sure what that's.
That's a new one. Or old one.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It says they perform traditional Hebrew songs. So I'm guessing that has something to do with the Hebrew language. Who perform traditional Hebrew songs as well as contemporary pop hits. I can see what makes these groups different from each other, but the greater question remains. What makes any a cappella group different from any other a cappella group in the world? As far as I can tell, not much. I think that you have a very limited view of the world, or at least you did in 2019. One of the best things about music is what people do with it. Agreed. Musical genres are supposed to grow, develop, change with time and groups, but I just don't see that with a cappella. That's completely false. A cappella is just a regurgitation of popular music and has been since its inception. Not true. Some groups have originals. How am I supposed to be interested in the a cappella's rendition of Year 3000 when I find thousands of other groups doing virtually the same thing? This is not an attack on the a cappellas. This is an attack on a cappella. Because if I went to Williams College, I'd be writing about why Williams College E-flats do those same songs. And I get that writing new and interesting a cappella songs is difficult. That's why I don't do it. That's why I write comedy, because I enjoy putting in the effort to try and write new and interesting comedic pieces. Oh, I can tell. You're so funny. I'm laughing. Look at me. I think this article's hilarious. If you aren't going to try something new or try to make something different, what's the point in doing it? Because you enjoy it? And if you aren't going to see anything new or different, what's the point in seeing it? I would like to point out there are multiple movies that I love that I have watched over and over again. There are TV shows, series that I have watched over and over again because I enjoy them. There's a point to it.
Absolutely.
I understand that this would take a long time, but wouldn't it be better to have less concerts that are more interesting and engaging? I want to be clear. I do not mean to cast aspersions of any of the a cappella groups at Muhlenberg or their members. They are talented and I couldn't do what they do. Oh, there's the kicker. You can't do what they do, so you're hating on them. I get why people do a cappella. It's a lot of fun to be in an a cappella group. And if you like to sing, it is a great way to get yourself out there, period. I am going to point out that he just said, what is the point? He just answered his own question. I'm casting aspersions on you, the reader. Yes, you. You who attends these concerts sing the same songs with different singers. Look at the GND Valentine's Day concert. That's Girls Next Door. There was only one new song at this event, yet it was packed. You are going to see people you have seen before sing songs you have heard them sing before. Why? That isn't a rhetorical question. I really want to know because I don't get it. To me, a cappella is boring and tiresome, and I don't see the appeal. But there must be some appeal. Yes, you are correct. There's a huge appeal. The obsession with a cappella on campus made me angry for a long time. I was frustrated that people didn't seem to want anything new and were instead satisfied seeing the same old thing over and over again. Now it just makes me sad because trying something new on this campus is difficult and usually not supported by the student body. This isn't a Muhlenberg-specific issue. In America, college a cappella groups are more common than colleges. That is absolutely false.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's an interesting
false.
point.
This isn't a Muhlenberg-specific issue. I already read that. Okay, I clearly am missing something. Yes, you are, because there are so many colleges that don't have a cappella groups. I am still frustrated that it seems that people would rather see a cookie cutter a cappella group rather than, for instance, a new comedian coming to campus. Ding, ding, ding. He's pissed that they're getting more traction than he is. Maybe there's something appealing about the comfort in knowing that you will get the same thing. Comfort in knowing. But what is that comfort good for? You have power if you stop showing up in support for a cappella groups. They will have to start doing more. You can like a cappella, but that doesn't mean you can't have high expectations and hold people to those expectations, and I hope that you do. He also has his biography there that says people look at me as some big shot writer, but I'm still the same wisecracking kid from Abington looking for the answers to life's big questions. My opinion here is he's pissed that a cappella is getting more more
attention or
more
traction
traction, more
or
coverage than he is. And
mm-hmm,
he's lashing out at it. So I'm not going to go into the comments on this, but there's 25 of them. They're all
mm-hmm,
from around the time that it was written. And like some of them are really like my are identical with what my opinion is. Like they're like, you
yeah,
just don't get it.
mm-hmm,
Like
no,
I saw Blink 182 earlier this year in concert. And they performed a couple new songs, which was great, but it was like a 2 hour long show. And the majority of the
mm-hmm,
songs they performed were
yep,
old hits.
oh, that's it.
Like,
Exactly.
obviously, I'm not going to be singing along to their brand new song that they're playing just for that concert because I don't know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a good point to make, and that's what something I was going to point out. He goes on quite a bit of rant on why people would go to see a cappella groups. It's the same reason you would go see a normal group for a lot of these reasons. There
Correct.
could be a nostalgia factor. It could be maybe you just support the group. Maybe it's one of your favorite bands, and you've listened to the same song a million times by them.
Hmm.
It doesn't change that you like the song
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
And just because you've heard it doesn't mean it's bad if you hear it
No.
again. Like, I
Oh
have a
my,
Spotify
yeah.
playlist of my liked songs. I listen to them over and over again. And I
Mm-hmm.
assume that the vast majority of people in the world do the same thing. Maybe they don't,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something that they keep coming back to, some activity that they love that they come back to over and over again.
Yeah, I'm going to point out one thing, and about seeing a group play the same song over and over again.
Hmm.
My first 2 years in the group, our group, I'm not even joking, we religiously sang Viva La Vida by Coldplay
Oh,
over
yeah.
and over
Yeah.
because at the time it was one of our more complete arrangements.
Hmm.
I'm not even joking. I feel like we sang the song about 50 different times to the
Hmm.
point where we were getting tired of it. But I will never forget that my sister came to one of the concerts and she said that was one of her absolute favorite performances because just hearing it differently and the fact that she got to see us perform it. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
you just never know why people love or
Well, and you
into
might
what they're
you might
into.
have one person who's never seen you before. And
Exactly.
the perspective that that one person has to like your super fans is going to be
Hmm.
entirely different. And to me as an
Hmm.
entertainer, that's worth it.
Absolutely.
Like I just oh, and my opinion is, and I think I said this when we first reviewed this article, I think this guy auditioned for an a cappella group at his school and didn't get in.
It's possible.
I mean, he said he couldn't do what they do.
I mean, that could have been his villain arc, if we're being honest. I don't
Stop
know.
being a sore loser. Granted, okay, this was 5 years ago, 5 plus years ago.
Exactly.
So it's like maybe
Yeah.
he's grown up a little bit since then. I don't
Maybe
know.
he's evolved.
But hey, if you're Will and you're listening to this or watching this, comment
Hmm.
below. Let or email us. We want to hear from you. We want to know if that perspective has changed. Hey,
Hmm.
maybe we'll have him on the show at some point.
Maybe. I would
Maybe.
love a healthy debate about
I
acapella,
love
you know?
healthy debates. Love them.
Hmm.
Anyway, let me get off my soapbox of me being a savage.
Not a problem. Hey, every now and then we need a little something like that.
Also,
Alicia, you bring the
I
passion. I
apologize
like
to
it.
the school if I've been butchering the name, but I've been saying Muhlenberg. Maybe it's Mullenberg. I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah,
What you got
it's all
for
good.
me?
So on a completely different note, uh,
What?
we are going to take a look at one of my probably I don't know how to describe it. One of my most played tracks. Like
Okay.
I have people that know me know I have acapella playlists.
Oh,
I have tracks that
100%.
just pop up.
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, I've shared one with Alicia.
you have. Yeah.
And this particular track, actually, I think this track is actually a part of my workout playlist. But the
Oh, okay.
reason I wanted to revisit this blast from the past because for those who don't know, I also, in addition to Talkappella, I write for the Recorded Acapella Review Board. And one of the more recent albums
Can't do
I
the snap
reviewed,
thing, but
yeah, it's so good.
we'll pretend.
We got you. You did it in spirit. One of the recent groups I wrote a review on, I'm terrible at names here, but they're a group called, I believe, Demacapella. I think that's how you pronounce it, out
Okay.
of Case Western Reserve University. What's special about this group is they do South Asian a cappella music.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And that has been a growing trend for quite a
Hmm.
bit of time now. I mean, we've got contests related to South Asian a cappella
Right.
events all across the country. And the track we're covering today is actually, you could probably attribute the growth of South Asian a cappella to this one particular group.
But it's
They're
not.
called
It's not the group that you're. It's not
no. It's not Demacapella. No.
Demacapella. Okay.
Just doing that their album reminded me of the track and the group that we're going to be looking at
Uh huh.
today, which is a group called Penn Masala. Now,
Oh,
for
that's funny.
those,
Are they from
yeah,
like Penn University? Like, are they from
they
UPenn?
are University of Pennsylvania, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
And so they were originally the first and premier South Asian a cappella group ever created.
Oh, wow.
And they're known globally. They're known quite
Well, I was
globally.
going to say they seem to be a big deal. Like they've got just shy of 200,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge.
It's
They've
impressive.
done tons of albums. They performed at the White House.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they've traveled globally. But I wanted to look at one of their tracks because I discovered it as a track on Best of Collegiate Acapella 2010.
Okay.
I believe. I believe it's 2010. So Penn Masala did a track called Love Stone slash Ya Ali. It's a mashup.
Oh,
And
cool.
so,
Okay.
but before I talk it up any further, let's just take a look at it. So viewers, we are going to play you a short clip of the track, and then we're going to do a little bit of discussing.
Yeah,
So.
let's do it.
Flashing lights come from everywhere. The way they hit 'em, I just stop and stare. She's got me love stoned. I think I'm love stoned. She's got me love stoned. I think that she knows. I think that she knows. And now I walk around without a care. She's got me hooked. It just ain't fair, but I'm lost.
Very cool. Like I want to keep listening to that.
Yeah. I know it's such a, and I just played the closing like bridge outro. I mean, the way they get into it is so cool, so awesome.
Well,
There. Oh,
what
go
I
ahead.
love
Yeah, give me your thoughts.
what I love about this is that it's a mashup of songs in two different languages,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is really
Absolutely.
cool. Like, no, I don't. Is it Indian? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the language is.
Yeah,
But
they're like so the track is from a Bollywood film.
okay.
So
Okay.
so Hindu,
I assume. Well, I don't know if
Indian.
that's.
I'm not sure.
I'm showing
I don't
my
want to
lack of
butcher
cultural
anything.
awareness, and I apologize. I assume it's Indian. I assume that's the language.
I believe so. I believe it is.
Should we do a quick
But
Google search?
yeah. Let's see. We got the power of Google right in front of
We
us.
do.
So let's see. Represents
Okay.
Let's see.
Hindi. Oh my gosh.
Hindi music. That's what
It's
it was.
Hindi.
Okay. Hindi. Yes. Woo. Okay.
We're gonna leave that
My
in
goodness.
to show how uncultured I am.
Hey, we don't know everything. We don't know everything.
We don't. And I mean, did you know, viewers?
No. I mean, I've listened to tons of the track, and
No, I'm
I
talking
would've
to
butchered
our viewers. Did,
Oh, our
did you
viewers.
know?
Oh, yeah,
Did
yeah,
you know it was
yeah.
called Hindi? Because
Yeah.
I didn't. And now we know. The more you know.
Right.
I don't need to know Hindi to know that this is good music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I've been on record saying this multiple times, but I absolutely believe that acapella does cover better than everyone else. No one does
absolutely.
covers better than acapella. And this is one of the main reasons. They have tons of great tracks, but this is one of my favorite because, you take Justin Timberlake and you're like, what could we possibly pair with? Maybe we'll do an R&B track. Maybe we'll do some kind of rock thing. No, we get a Hindi track that was well known from a popular Bollywood film many years ago, and this is what Penn Masala gave us, and it is one of the most incredible tracks.
It's
And
really great.
I love, yeah, absolutely, and I love it because South Asian acapella is just a growing thing. It's been a growing thing for more than a decade now, and Penn Masala is one of the reasons why it's grown so much. So yeah, but I mean, would you ever expect anything like this? Different languages and acapella?
No, I
what do you
wouldn't.
think, Alicia? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. So
it's not what I would expect when I'm looking for just an a cappella cover of sorts.
and it's
Although
actually,
I will say, I mean, Boyce Avenue does really great covers, but they're not a cappella. So
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just throwing that out there. Yeah, but I do agree. I do agree with you though about covers and a cappella music.
Absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, this is just like I said, a little bit of a fan favorite of mine. I've been, like I said, I've been loving their music for a lot of time. And this is also a thought I'm like, if you're not super into acapella and you kind of want to learn a little bit more, go check out the Boca albums. There's such
Oh
an eclectic
yeah.
mix of tracks on there.
I was gonna
So,
say
I
that'll
mean,
give you an absolute like, if you want a crash course in a cappella music, go check those out for sure.
absolutely. So, but yeah, so that's my take on Broke It Down for today. And I think that's gonna wrap up
I
today's
think you're
segment
right.
of
Yeah.
Broke It Down.
Yeah,
You know, we
today's
got a
episode.
little bit of passion from Alicia with the
Just a little
controversy.
bit. Just a
A
little
little bit.
bit.
We need those. We need that at times. So thank you. And then we got
You're
the
welcome.
right. And then we got the collab, the mashup for Penn Masala. So yeah, hopefully viewers you enjoyed what we presented today. If not, tell us what do you want to hear? What do you
Yeah.
want to see from us? What should we cover next? No pun intended. And uh oh, terrible. All right, I'm done. So on that note, that's going to wrap up today's episode of Talkappella. We want to make sure that you guys stay up to date on the latest and greatest from us. So be sure to not only like the video, but subscribe to the channel. Acaville TV is the only reason that we're here. So, they're not here. We're not here. You guys don't have this acapella content to digest. And for
Which
us,
would be so
we
sad.
want to make...
Would be so
I know.
sad.
Terrible, tragic. And then for us as well, we have some channels that you guys can go follow. So be sure to follow us on Instagram and be sure to follow us at TikTok at Talkappella, as Alicia always says, 2 P's, 2 L's. We're not going to mess that up. If you should have seen the first part of this video as to why we're not going to mess up spelling acapella or anything close to it.
Consistency.
And I think that's going to wrap up everything else. So as we always say, for everything else, stay tuned.